This is Dabu7. For those of you that have made it along this journey to this channel with me and remember the old channel, I had a video put out on Sandy Hook and finding Sandy Hook on a map, on the Batman map. It went viral. I put that video out and they shut it down. It wasn't a half an hour to an hour. They had shut that video down on me, and everybody else had spread it like wildfire. That was a crazy coincidence. And once again, there's a new one found. What you're looking at is the Terminator movie. It came out in 2009. And this is right after the nuclear attack takes place. And they're aboard a submarine. And this is Japan. And what's the area? Right here in the attack zone, it is Fukushima. Yep, the exact place the quake hit and the nuclear disaster had struck. This is a video by Enter the Stars. You guys need to go over and check him out. But as you can see right here, this is where Fukushima is at. This is the exact spot. And 2 years earlier, before it happened, right here in this movie, it's foretold. It's right there. It's lit up. Like I said, check out Enter the Stars. A lot of great work. And he's got the full video there. He explains it in depth. But wanted to turn some of my subscribers onto that. And check him out. Make sure you guys subscribe. Till next time, this has been Dabu7. Eyes open. This is Dabu7, and I want to share with you some of the latest images of Comet ISON. This is Frank Hookerbeats. Photos he has shared on Facebook from the Netherlands on what he has caught of Comet ISON. This is the third of 3 pics. And I'm also going to show you here some satellite imagery. This is the latest imagery showing ISON right there. You can still see it. It definitely has not just totally disappeared. It is still there. You can still see a core structure all the way up to the last frame. A lot of people are speaking about this huge object, which it's blurry right now, so you can't see. Could be the Pleiades. I don't know. We'll wait till we get better, more clear images to make it a decision on that. But Comet ISON looks like it's still decently intact, enough to show a solid piece right there in that last frame. Now, go back over here to this Facebook and take a look at these shots. Here was one of the first shots he had taken, and the next one here is my favorite. It was the closest, the clearest. You can see the V structure in front of this. He took this at 8:09 in the Netherlands. Like I said, I'll leave links so you guys can check these photos out yourself. But this is what he caught before sunrise this morning, right where ISON should be. Which is funny because it looks nothing like what I seen next to the sun, which looked like a UFO. So there you guys go. I'll leave links till next time. It's been Dabu7. Eyes to the skies. This is Dabu7. I want to share with you guys an amazing object here on the surface or off the surface of the moon, going through archived images from the Apollo mission to the moon. This is legitimate. This is a real shot. And if you go through them, sometimes you get lucky. Do you see this? This is what is in one of these shots. It has a huge triangular shape to it. It is just absolutely crazy looking. It's definitely not nothing we built and sent up. And as we zoom in here all the way, you get a really good shot at this. Somebody tell me what that is. An absolutely crazy structure caught in one of these images from the Apollo mission of the moon. I'll leave a link so you guys can check it out yourself. If you guys got any answers, let me know, because as of right now, it's one wicked looking UFO outside of the moon. It's been Dabu 7, Eyes to the Skies.
Our science advisors sent this story along to us. NASA has ordered up a series of urgent spacewalks to fix a broken pulley line that we reported on last week at the International Space Station. This is a massive repair job that could stretch to Christmas Day. Station managers there decided to send 2 American astronauts out as soon as possible to replace a pump with a bad valve. The task will require 2 and possibly 3 spacewalks on Saturday, Monday, and next Wednesday, Christmas Day, to try to get this thing fixed. The British drug maker GlaxoSmithKline, this big one, will no longer pay doctors to promote its products and will stop tying compensation of sales reps to the number of prescriptions that doctors write, effectively ending 2 common industry practices that critics have long assailed as troublesome conflicts of interest. Good move there. Let's check in with Medication Madness author and Dr. Peter Breggin. Well, Peter, let's check in first of all with you on this story with GlaxoSmithKline. This is a good move, probably long overdue, isn't it?
Well, you know, I think it's a good move, but I don't think it's a freely chosen move. It's important for your listeners to know, George, that I've been involved in numerous product liability suits as an expert against this drug company, GlaxoSmithKline. The federal government has recently had them settle for $3 billion for fraud and criminal activities. There are many product liability suits, including the ones I've been on, that have been settled. China is going after them for buying doctors. People can read about this on my website, on Breggin.com, because I actually was able finally to publish one of my lengthy reports about the drug company's activities from a product liability suit, and I published it in some scientific papers. So I think what this shows is that the company's getting a little desperate and is choosing a couple of things to do to make it look good. But this is the same company that hid that Paxil causes suicidal behavior and has fought every inch of the way against admitting to how dangerous their drugs are. So I just think it's an indication that they're running a little scared.
Will other drug companies follow suit, Peter?
Well, the tone I'm getting from what I'm reading, I don't have inside information on that, is that they probably will, or they'll begin to look embarrassed. I do think the good sign here, George, and this is very positive, and it shows up when we take callers on the show, and that is the public is getting more and more fed up with the drug companies, how they hype their wares, how little attention they pay to adverse effects, and you know how they've managed to get millions and millions of our children on drugs. How in a matter of a few years they got the bipolar diagnosis up by 40 times. With most of the kids on antipsychotic drugs that weren't approved for them. So people are catching on that these companies are misbehaving very, very badly. And a lot of it is, but not all of it, is around psychiatric drugs.
Peter, I'm so glad we've got you watching all this for us. Dr. Peter Breggin. More than half of all the adults in the United States take some sort of multivitamin. That includes me. Many do so in hopes of preventing heart disease, cancer, or even to aid with memory. But in an editorial published in this week's Annals of Internal Medicine, says that using supplements and multivitamins to prevent chronic conditions is simply a waste of money in 3 separate studies. The question is, who's behind these studies? In a moment, Dr. Joel Wallach will be with us as we discuss this story. Doctors in China, here's a story you'll find in the news at coasttocoastam.com, because you've got to take a look at this. Doctors in China have saved a man's severed hand by attaching it to his ankle. I kid you not, he's a factory worker. He had his hand severed in an accident, and they were temporarily reattaching it to his ankle so it will not die. And then once they're able to try to put the hand back to where it should be, that's what they're going to do. There's a picture of the hand attached to this guy's ankle in the news at coasttocoastam.com. A number of sheriffs around the country are refusing to enforce laws on gun control, saying that they violate the Second Amendment. Let's check in with John Lott, of course, author of More Guns, Less Crime. John, this is starting to catch steam here all around the country, isn't it?
Yeah, well, sheriffs have been in the forefront in the past on some of these things. The original challenge a couple decades ago to the Brady Act was actually due to a sheriff who felt it was wrong to be forced to enforce it. But here in Colorado, for example, it's just overwhelming. You have 62 sheriffs, 60 of them had originally tried to sue the state government to declare that the law was unconstitutional. And all but 7 of the sheriffs in the state are refusing to go and enforce the law, and even some of the 7 that are not willing to go as far as refusing to enforce it are simply saying it's not a priority. So in Colorado, at least, it's been an outright rebellion.
Are you surprised that the sheriffs are doing this? They, of course, are elected officials, so I assume they're doing what their constituents would like them to do.
Unlike police chiefs, sheriffs are elected. And so it gives you a good idea of what Coloradans think about this. It's just not 3 state senators that have been removed from office now because of recalls there in the state. But the sheriffs are making a strong case. They talk about how vague the law is, how basically it's only going to be law-abiding people in Colorado who are going to be affected by it, and how difficult it is for them to go and enforce. And several of them have come out and said, even the ones that aren't willing to go as far as refusing to enforce the law, have come out and said that they really don't see any point to a law that's primarily just going to affect law-abiding citizens and not criminals.
All right, John, thank you so much. There is no credible evidence to support a claim that the British military was involved in the deaths of Princess Diana, her boyfriend, and their driver, according to London's Metropolitan Police. The allegation first surfaced in August, roughly 16 years after the woman who would now be a royal grandmother died in a Paris car crash. Officers were tasked with looking into whether there was any truth to that. Well, your 60 and 40 watt incandescent bulbs, they are going away. That's right, as of January 1st, 2014. They can't be manufactured, they can't be sold in the stores until the new supplies are all gone. The lights will be out for standard incandescent 60 and 40 watt light bulbs. Goodbye. This is all part, of course, of the Energy Independence and Security Act, which was signed into law by then-President George Bush in 2007. It will be illegal to manufacture or import them after December 31st of this year. Retailers will still be able to sell any remaining stock that they have, which will go pretty fast. 100-watt bulbs were phased out, and 75-watt bulbs disappeared about a year or so ago. So there we go, and you're going to have to switch to LED lights or some other form of light. Neanderthals buried their dead, according to an international team of archaeologists. That's what they've concluded after a 13-year study of the remains discovered in southwestern France. Michael Cremo will be my guest tomorrow, of course, Forbidden Archaeology, and we're going to talk with him about that. And diamonds, they say, are girls' best friend. Well, scientists say they've discovered compelling evidence that diamonds exist in the icy mountains of Antarctica. Let's all go and get some. The researchers have identified a type of rock in the permanently frozen region that is known to contain the precious stones. In a moment, Dr. Joel Wallach joins me. We're going to be talking about the study, Are Multivitamins a Waste of Money? He's next with us.
Hear the beginning of that one and some of the news that's going on. So live, this is One for the Record. It is, wow, it's already Tuesday evening, December 17th, 2013. Here's your news updates for today. I see George is online right now on Skype. It just popped up. Alrighty then. The Watchers watching the world. New reports of mud volcano eruption in Baku, Azerbaijan. Newborn tropical cyclone Amara strengthening as it nears La Reunion Island. Activity on newly emerged Japanese island picks up. Najima new images and video. Magnitude 6.2 earthquake struck off the coast of New Zealand's South Island. Russian scientists urge 10-year ban on genetically modified products. No, they don't want GMO. Good for them. Alrighty then. There's nothing new on the Extinction Protocol 2012 and beyond. So let's move on and read some of the E&E news. The ones that stand out, I guess. Oop. Wow, let's lower the sound on this. It's not going. Alright, let's try another window. Yep. Stand by. Here we go. I guess it froze up, so I'm going to try it on another window. Alrighty. E&E news. The energy news. Let's go into Fukushima, Japan. Yesterday, it totally blocked me, and I couldn't even do the report I wanted to. Alright, Tokyo Press Conference. Cancer is clearly increasing in Fukushima children. Many experts starting to get concerned. TEPCO has committed a crime. We're going to the police tomorrow. Ooh. Tokyo Press Conference. We're going to the police tomorrow. Uh-oh. They're going to... Oh, here you go. Now, people are going to be held liable. AP. Tritium rain to result from disposal of Fukushima contaminated water. Expert. You may be interested to know radioactive rainfall occurs around nuclear plants during normal operations. Heads up. Shouldn't be by nuclear plant. Look at that. Official. Fukushima fuel melted on unprecedented scale. French government. Parts of the aquariums have been dispersed. AP. Its location and condition are unknown. Radiation in Fukushima groundwater skyrockets 3,500 times over weekend. Just 5 meters from Pacific Ocean. Nothing being done to stop it flowing into sea. Hot particles found 400 kilometers from Fukushima with radioactivity over 40 billion becquerels per kilogram. Large black puddles of fallout along roadsides might well be from inside failed fuel rods. Yesterday, Gunderson. All of Japan is contaminated. Government covering up enormous exposures to public. Excuse me. Epidemic is just beginning. Evacuate. We are in fact dying in Fukushima. What happened to us will soon affect all the Japanese people. Okay. Gigi, no solution seen for Fukushima radioactive water. Kyoto, toxic ocean leakage to go on into 2020s. Experts, high potential for marine life and human health effects through ingestion over generations. I guess eating it. Alright. Let's go into U.S. Canada. Oh, it's cold tonight. It's very cold. Makes me want to just crawl under the blankies with the pets all next to me. Let's see. Yesterday, government report, CNN, Huffington Post listed as external stakeholders in NRC alongside nuclear industry and pro-nuclear blogs. Both outlets help NRC to increase online influence as CNN produces pro-nuclear infomercials. There you go. CNN thinks that nuclear is good. There you go. CNN thinks CNN is pro-nuclear. There you go. Alrighty then. Now you know why some of these media outlets, mainstream, hasn't reported on this. But you know, just like when Pierce Morgan, he went ahead and took the flu shot, and then ended up getting the flu. Hey, guess what? You're gonna end up getting the fallout next. Didn't want to report on it? Well, wait and see. I'm sure you're not immune to the fallout that's coming. Alrighty then. Alrighty. It's 2 days down. 3 to go before the weekend. And we're getting closer to Christmas. Alrighty then. I'll see you again on the flip side. I don't know what I'm going to attach yet. Hopefully something good. Take care. And I'll see you again on the flip side. Maybe what I'll do is not even attach anything. And it's... well, no, I will. I'll attach stuff. Never mind. Alrighty then. Take care. Be safe. Be warm. Keep your pets warm. Make sure you have plenty of food. I'm looking across the internet. They're saying we're going into some kind of small ice age. Well, and be aware of the snow. Stay out of anything that falls from the sky. Alrighty then. Unless you have a radiation detector. Alright. Take care.
This is Dabu7 with a huge update on Comet ISON. I believe we are dealing with NASA trying to pull the wool over our eyes. They're obviously trying to do something here, and I'm serious with this. I have spent hours looking through frames, and that's for real, on Comet ISON here, from every camera, every satellite, everything I can get my hands on. And as you can see here, it's going to pass between 19 and it's going to come out up here before 20, and you see a brighten, and you see obviously Comet ISON has survived. Well, this is where it gets very interesting. We all heard at that moment when they froze the imagery that Comet ISON had disappeared, disintegrated is what they said. Well, it's impossible for something to disintegrate and come back together, you know, unless it's Megatron or something. This thing comes by the sun, and as I'm about to show you, I'm going to show you its whole path. There's no way they missed this. But the old Marine, I thank you for sharing this video. This is Canadian Greek me. He noticed in looking at these frames the same thing I noticed when I was watching it live. There's no ISON. So they're saying it disintegrated on this, what I believe is a campaign they launched in the media to tell everybody this. So basically, what did Comet ISON just do here? With their story, it died, it disintegrated, and out of nowhere, it rose from the ashes, like a phoenix. And this is an image taken of ISON right before it went in, from the HI. And you can see right here, it took on the look and shape of a bird before it went in, like some of these comets do. But this is where it gets very interesting. The Canadian Greek me noticed when watching this that none of these frames are moving. None of them. The time keeps running and nothing moves. For those of you that are experienced in watching the SDO and the LASCO and all that, you know this thing constantly, something's always moving when the time's running. There's still shots, and I guess they're just thinking people are going to buy it. Well, we're not. And I'm here to let all of you know. So what did I do? I went digging deeper, looking at every single camera I could get my hands on, every frame. So where was ISON supposed to be? Right here. EUVIB field. We go looking at the exact same times. I'm going to reverse step it here. And look at all this. You see all that? That's all the stuff that is popping up immediately when ISON should come into frame from the bottom at 1750. Boom. This is what we get. No ISON. A bunch of UFO looking things all around the sun that we're always talking about and doing videos on. But this again. No ISON. Nowhere going by the sun. See all these other things. No ISON. Once again, right in the 19s when it should be right in the middle of the sun here. Flashes. 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 And again, no ISON anywhere. I've studied the whole frame. I'll leave a link so you guys can check it out. By then, it's at the top of the sun. None of these frames show Comet ISON. People are like, well, maybe it just... Nope, maybe it didn't just nothing, as I'm about to show you. This is stereo ahead core 2, and it just showed Comet ISON coming around this corner and flaring out inside these flares here. You're going to see the whole trail. Alright, this is the angle that these other ones are looking at the sun. We're trying to find it. It's nowhere to be found. People are like, well, maybe it just kind of, shrunk down or something. No, watch the tail and the whole trail fan out around the sun right here, all the way up to the top. See that? See it fan out? See it fan out? That's what I'm talking about. There's no way these other cameras miss this. Absolutely huge. Fans all the way out. Right there. You've seen it kick up all the way through here. All of this. And it's missing. Not a single blink of it. And when you go to these other UVIs, they're all still frames. This is a setup and a hoax by NASA. In my eyes, they're lying. What else do you want to call it? Where is the comet? I just showed you from the other views. A huge trail all the way around, up and out. No way you're going to miss it. And all of a sudden, every single one of the close-up shots are rigged. No ISON. Sounds like to me they don't want us to see ISON up close and personal. This phoenix that they put out in the media as being dead and disintegrated and then rises from the ashes. I'll leave links to all this, guys, but I'm telling you, this is a NASA false flag right here. They're lying straight up. They're not showing us ISON, and I want to know why. Till next time, this has been Dabu7. Eyes to the skies.
Con los terroristas.
And do the Harlem Shake.